I ain't gonna lie, I like doing it this way now. At first, it was like what's it called? It was cool to do it like not on camera, but now I actually like doing it on camera. Even though I be looking crazy, I be looking busted, but whatever. We back. 100 simple life truths. I'm your host. You are you are you. You're beautiful. You're great. You're awesome. You're here. You're listening. You're understanding. You're learning. This is episode 57. It says, "Are you happy?" I am happy. I am Man, I'm happy. Today is September 12th. It is 6:20 p.m. I just dropped a video like maybe a little less than an hour ago. I felt compelled to drop a video outside of the series. I might start doing those a lot more now, depending on how I feel, depending on if I get compelled to do it or not. I'm watching this little video right here, man. It's dope. It's actually a house tour. It's nice, beautiful house. Out of my price range though. It's $45 million. I'm watching a $45 million house tour. What is I about to say? Yeah, episode 57. Are you happy? 100 simple life truths. Before you watch this one, right? This is crazy because it's episode 57. I didn't even realize how far I am into this series. How good I'm doing. I'm doing immaculate. Like I cannot lose. I'm knocking these joints out, and I'm learning every day. As long as I post one video every day, or if I read every day, I feel accomplished. And you should too. Come in here. You should feel accomplished. You should feel excited. You know what I mean? You should feel excited every time you see me post, and you should just lock in. Listen while you on your way to work, or listen while you in the shower, right before bed, whatever the case may be, right? Just listen when you in a nice little zen mode, when you're not distracted, and you got time to understand and taking the information, right? So hopefully y'all watch. I dropped actually two videos that aren't like related to this series, the 100 Simple Life Truths. And I hope y'all watch that. One is called Monk Mode, which I'm fully divested. I'm fully invested in, and I hope you guys are on that journey too. As it is September 12th, and we have the year is coming to an end, so we gotta lock in and get ready. It's not about making your New Year's resolution on December 31st. No, you got to make your New Year's resolution today and run through it. Run through the new year. Don't just tippy toe to the new year and then dive in when when the new year hits. No, you need to run straight through it. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You know what I mean? So we need to just start from now and rock through it. Start from now and rock through it. Yeah, I'm gonna just get right into it. Right. He says there's a lot of folks who don't feel like life is going the way they want it to go. Me, me. Right now, my life is not necessarily going the way I want it to go, but it's going the way it needs to go. And I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I understand the situation that I'm in. I understand the process that I'm going through. I understand everything that happens to me is part of the process, and I'm embracing it 100%. Am I happy about it? Some days I am, some days I'm not. Some days I'm lower than I am, and other days I'm higher. Right. Today I'm level set. I'm level set. I'm not happy. I'm not sad. I'm cool. Right. When that picture in your head doesn't match the picture in front of you, the results is unhappiness. Correct. That picture could be the world as a whole, or your personal life, or the expectation that you're going to be a twist at the end of the film. Zero Dark 30. Spoiler alert. Osama dies. That's the movie about the SEAL Team 6 when they raided Osama's house and everything like that. Right? The constant comparison of what's in our head and what's in front of our face does a lot to determine our mood. Correct. You gotta mesh those lines a little bit. You gotta mesh those lines in your reality and your projected reality, or what it is that you're going through currently, and what it is that you want to be going through in the future, right? Don't tie yourself too much to the future because you're gonna feel like a failure in the present. You're not a failure. You'll never be a failure as long as you keep going. Right? He goes on to say, though what we forget is that oftentimes what's in our head haven't ever existed for us or anyone else. As a rapper, there's a common practice of creating an image that doesn't exist. A lot of these artists create that image using material, goods, and manufactured fun in music videos. So I have a pushback on this one because, like I say in a couple of my videos, I don't want to say most, everything that can be done in this world has pretty much been done, right? Of course, there's new things that can be invented and uh and things that, of course, that hasn't been done, but the majority of things that can be done and the majority of things that you want to do, you personally want to do, has been done. Like the people you look up to are doing it. They are doing it. Like, okay, someone has invented something and became rich and famous off of it, right? Plenty of people have, right? Because there would be nothing in this world if someone didn't invent it, right? So it's been done. Inventions have been created, right? Now, what you may create may be new, but the idea of inventions and the idea of ideas is not new. So, yes, when he says the image that you're creating in your head hasn't existed yet, yes and no. And it's not to say that your it's not to say that you guys have a limited imagination. It's to say that even the things that you are imagining, the life that you want in terms of like how you want to live, the money you want to make, the cars, the house you want to drive, your kids, your wife, your husband, whatever the case may be, the career that you want to be in, someone's out there already living it, right? You may want to invent something and do something different for the world, cool, but that idea has been thought of before. It may not have been executed the way you're going to do it, but it's been thought of, right? He goes on to say, sorry. He goes on to say, none of us want to admit that we're suckers for media manipulation. It's either that or a fairy tale. There hasn't been an instance of world peace in human history, nor has there been a chunk of time where human exploitation wasn't present. Utopias do exist in the movies where the good king reigns his throne and rules fairly over the land. Now, bear with me. How the fuck can one dude rule over many people ever be described as fair? Said bear with me. I give you guys a heads up, right? I agree with that. I agree with that. There's no such thing as fair. Life is not fair. The world will never be fair. Some people are meant to be on lower on the totem pole, and some people are meant to be higher on the totem pole. Some people are meant to be in the middle. If you're watching this, I guarantee you're meant to be on a higher plane, right? You're meant to be doing greater things. It's just finding your footing to get to where that higher plane is. You know what I mean? Your expectations, you should meet your own expectations. Always try to meet your own expectations. If you expect to be higher, you should expect to be higher. You have to go out there and meet them yourself. So the world is not fair. You're going to be thrown curveballs, but the life is 10% what happens to us and 90% of how we react to it. So react positively, run through it, get through it, and continue climbing up the ladder of your success, right? Having expectations in general is a great way to secure some happiness and disappointment in life. Having unrealistic expectation just magnifies the delusion and frustration. Facts. When you set expectations for yourself, make sure that you set realistic expectations and you keep you keep editing those expectations as you grow. The better you get, the better your expectations should get. The more you become capable of, the more you learn about yourself, the more you'll be capable of, because it's just common sense. You know what I mean? Expect to go you can't expect to go into a class and just pass it if you've never did anything in the class. Like you can't go into quantum physics and say, all right, let me just take the final right now. No, you have to take the midterms, you have to take the little quizzes, and then you build up the knowledge, you build up the courage, or not necessarily the courage, you build up the knowledge to actually take the final. And I mean, you have to take, I think, I don't know, I hope that didn't catch on camera. You gotta take the quizzes, the little pop quizzes, whatever, and then you take the final, or you take the midterm, then you take the final. This house was beautiful. Uh, he says, "Hey man, you must be swimming in women. Boy, I wish I was. Boy, I wish I had your life. Sleep in all day, write a few poems, travel the world. Man, you're so famous. Life must be awesome, right?" That's what people say to him. He goes on to say, "I haven't really shot any music videos depicting such a lifestyle, but people project these things onto me not because they believe it of me, but more because they want and need to believe that this lifestyle can exist. None of my wealthy friends sleep in. The only ones I know who do are unemployed." It's an interesting uh statement, because a lot of people think, oh, when you're rich and famous or you create a business, you get to sleep in and all that stuff. No, creating a business is, some people need to just work 9 to 5s and have regular day jobs, 40 hours a week, because when you create a business, you're working 24/7. Undeniably, you're not going to sleep, because your business should be on your mind 24/7. The success of your business should be on your mind 24/7. A lot of people just see the money, and even the money doesn't come early in the business. A lot of businesses fail within the first 5 years, and a lot of businesses aren't profitable before the first 5 years, because they're just always always all money that comes in goes right back into the business to keep elevating it. And if you're not elevating your business based on the money that you're making from the business, then you're going to stay stagnant and you're going to fizzle out. Right? I'm trying to do this a little quickly because I don't feel like going over there to I don't feel like going over there to turn on the light. Oh, uh, I still gotta turn it on. Don't mind me. This may come from watching too much Entourage, Sex in the City, or whatever other show folks escape to after a long day. Personally, I think I do have an awesome life. Not for any of the aforementioned assumptions, double big word bonus, but rather because I'm actively searching for reasons to be happy and graceful in my presence, in my present existence, and I'm continually divorcing my feelings from my circumstances. I like that. I like that. It's called it's called stoicism, right? Pessimism or realism. I call it just living and learning. In Detachment is stressed in chic philosophy. Attachment is identified as a longer theft of containment than angry greed or lust. It's such socialized We such socialized creatures, we don't even realize how attached we are to the that we are taught things that were taught to us growing up. Many of them are inaccurate, irrelevant, or simply redundant in the world we live in and in the unique individuals we are. I agree. I freaking fully agree. Don't attach yourself to the things, and don't attach yourself to uh don't attach yourself to anger, greed, lust. Attach yourself to the things that are going to elevate you, right? And even those things, when they don't pan out the way you want to be, the way you want it to be, you can't let it affect you to where you give up, or you let it affect you to where it I said this I'm trying to figure out how to word it, because I said this in a different episode, to where I said, don't attach yourself to your goals so much that if you don't reach them, you're defeated. Right? Your goals need to always be ever evolving, and even when you don't achieve them in the time frame that you set for yourself, you still got to keep going. You still got to understand that timing is everything. You may not be in the right place, because um success is when opportunity meets preparation. So you may not be prepared to have the success that you want in life at the moment that you get it, right? So you have to be prepared for the opportunity. When the opportunity comes, you must be prepared. Same thing. Only you know the lies you're still clinging to. Figure out where they come from and try letting it go. Then think about it again. Are you happy? Yeah. A lot of us tell lies to ourselves. A lot of us tell lies to ourselves, and we live in this made up fantasy, this made up lie of whatever the case may be. You need to be realistic with yourself. Sit down with yourself, figure yourself out, and that's the whole point of this whole series is figuring yourself out so that life becomes easier and you stop lying to yourself. As the more honest you are to yourself, because you could lie to people, right? It's it's the believing the lie that becomes the issue, right? When you're lying to someone and you believe that it is whatever you're saying to them is true, and you're living in, God, I hate this word, delusion, because this is one of those words that's just a buzzword nowadays, right? You're living in delusion. Uh, that's when life sucks. So be honest with yourself, figure yourself out, and set the goals based on who you are, based on setting the right expectations for yourself to achieve. Don't set crazy expectations that you know you're not going to be able to achieve. Right? It's cool to be grandiose and to have high expectations and to have no limits, right? But at some point you gotta have some sort of a limit and build up to the greatness, right? You gotta set milestones. Set milestones. Like if you want to be a millionaire, don't set that as the main goal first. Say you want to make 100,000, then say you want to make 500,000. You know what I mean? You gotta build up to it, and that keeps you happy. That keeps you sane. That keeps you enjoying the process. It keeps you enjoying the process because it's it it's a kind of a slight delayed gratification in terms of it's a slight delayed gratification in terms of when you set in those milestones, knowing that your goal is bigger, and the more you elevate, the more you learn, the more you grow, the bigger your goals can get. And I feel like that's it. I feel like that's where I'm gonna leave this one off at. It's been a journey. Today has been a journey. It's been a crazy day for me. The last couple days has been a crazy day for me. I want to turn this light on, but I don't feel like getting up. So I'm gonna end the video. It's dark. This video looks bad, but hopefully y'all listening. And yeah, episode 57. Are you happy? In the comments, ask yourself, are you happy? And answer the question, are you happy? What makes you happy? What's gonna get if you're not happy, what's gonna make you happy? And if you are happy, what's gonna help you maintain it for as long as possible? Because happiness is fleeting and it changes. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be 100% happy all the time, and be accepting of that. Be accepting of the fact that your feelings change. Take in your feelings and be able to control your feelings, right? You can't control your feelings unless you understand your feelings. And happiness is a feeling, and all feelings are fleeting. So just like you may be sad, that's not going to last all day. It's not going to last a lifetime. You may be happy, it's not going to last all day. It's not going to last a lifetime. You got to keep finding ways and different things to keep you happy, right? And yeah, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and enjoy.